This is the most arrogant prisoner I have ever seen. He led a cartel and murdered 6 police officers. He even hung their bodies from a bridge as a provocation. A storyline so dark that even movies would not dare to film it. Actually took place right here inside this prison. This place is a gathering ground for cartels and drug lords. Out of 10 inmates, 8 have trafficked drugs, and the other 2 are murderers. Facing such dark and evil forces, the prison guards must strike back with equal force. Machine guns, hand grenades, and tear gas are all mandatory items they carry on them. It is exactly as they say, if you dare to act wildly, I will make sure you suffer a miserable end. Located in northern Mexico, Tijuana is a city of sin famous far and wide. Because of its geographical location, being extremely close to the border of the United States, combined with the thousands and tens of thousands of people crossing the border daily, it is also known as the Holy Land for smugglers, a true paradise for drug traffickers. Weapons from the United States are smuggled into Mexico, while drugs from Mexico flow right back into the United States. This greenhouse of sin has bred many deeply rooted cartel organizations, and this La Mesa prison, located in the center of the city, is their ultimate nemesis. 6:30 in the morning is shift change time for the prison guards. Supreme Commander Savati Masalos and the police car carrying Anthony Johnson arrives at the prison right on time, ready to begin the day's patrol work. It is worth mentioning that security here is extremely strict. Anyone entering the prison must undergo a full-body search. This includes Commander Savati himself. Doing things this way is strictly to prevent the influx of drugs and tobacco. There are nearly 3,000 inmates locked up here, including murderers, robbers, drug dealers, and rapists. It must be emphasized that the vast majority of them are cartel members, and they carry multiple convictions. You could say that anyone locked inside La Mesa prison is undoubtedly a top-tier figure in the smuggling world, an elite member among the cartels. Pull any one of them out, and they are enough to bring disaster to a nation. Facing these extremely vicious and evil individuals, the prison guards dare not relax for a single moment. Machine guns and hand grenades are worn at all times. Even the police dogs are on standby at all times. Commander Savati, under the protection of the prison guards, enters through the corner gate. Aside from routine roll call, preventing inmates from forming gangs is one of his most important tasks. Actually, the prison is a mix of all kinds of people. Having gangs form is not surprising at all. But La Mesa prison pays special attention to this, because the police suffered a massive loss once before. A few years ago, due to poor management, cartels that would slaughter each other on the outside actually joined hands inside the prison. A riot nearly burst out of control. In the end, the entire police force was deployed, and they even had to use heavy weaponry, barely managing to suppress the riot. The moment Commander Savati enters the hallway, the inmates nearby let out bloodthirsty screams that sound like they are out for blood. Each cell is only 10 square meters in size, yet it is crowded with 8 to 10 inmates. On average, a single person does not even get 1 square meter of space, when you factor in the toilet and shared spaces. The inmates are practically stacked on top of each other. 22-year-old Jinkala was arrested and imprisoned for trafficking drugs at the airport. When talking about his glorious past deeds, Jinkala has a face full of pride. But after serving 3 years of his sentence, he has to admit that he has lost his nerve. The filthy environment and unhygienic food have made him suffer unspeakably. What is worse is that his bed is right next to the toilet, which caused him to suffer a severe lung infection last month. He almost died right there. Actually, the main reason Jinkala was able to recover is because he had the help of his family. He is a local resident. His family members often bring him some food and medicine, and they are trying every possible way to work their connections, attempting to transfer him to a prison with better conditions. But after 3 years, there has been zero progress. Jinkala is extremely anxious about this. If they do not hurry up, he might actually finish his sentence and be released soon. Compared to Jinkala's rich treatment, these few Americans are truly suffering. His name is Sean. He is 27 years old this year. Unlike the other inmates, He did not smuggle or traffic drugs. He only committed a minor theft. You could say he is a breath of fresh air in this prison. But the unlucky part is, the police found 2 handguns on him and ruled that he committed armed robbery, ultimately sentencing him to 9 years in prison. Every time he thinks about what happened to him, Sean cries tears of deep sadness. He feels he has been wronged more than anyone else on earth. He has tried to appeal, but the problem is he has absolutely no chance of seeing a lawyer. Seeking justice here is harder than breaking out of the prison. Even more despairing are the living conditions here. Tap water is only available for 2 hours every day. You can barely endure being thirsty, but not being able to flush the toilet is truly pushing people beyond their limits. Aside from the smell being completely overwhelming, various types of bacteria are also spreading wildly. Locked on this exact same floor, 9 inmates got sick and passed away just last month. This makes Sean extremely terrified. Terrified that he might be the next one to go. Compared to the harshness of life here, having no money to make a phone call makes Sean feel even worse. In the 2 years he has been serving his sentence, he has not spoken to his family on the phone even once. His family does not even know if he is still alive. If things continue to develop like this, after he finishes his sentence and is released, he might only be lucky enough to visit his own grave. The most crushing issue is the language barrier, because the prison guards only speak Spanish. And Sean only speaks English, so every time they try to communicate, both sides are just frantically waving their arms, talking completely past each other. This is also a major reason why he cannot appeal for justice. It is worth mentioning that Sean's cellmates are all uniformly American. Just as they say, fate brings people together from thousands of miles away. Being able to end up together in a foreign land can definitely be considered destiny from a past life. This man named Mark is his roommate. He is a member of the Marine Corps, who fought in the Iraq War. If he were back in the United States, he would be a national hero respected by thousands. But he absolutely never imagined that he would actually be treated as a prisoner here. For the first little while, he was still furious about it. But as time passed, he gradually got used to this kind of life. The inmates get 2 hours of outdoor time every week. To prevent a riot, the prison guards usually stagger the schedules, only allowing people from 3 cells out at the exact same time. Furthermore, during the entire process, the inmates must keep their heads down, hands behind their backs, and walk in a line. If anyone dares to cause trouble, what awaits them is the punishment of solitary confinement. These 4 rookie inmates are currently enjoying the treatment of being locked in solitary. There is no electricity supplied here all year round. It is pitch black all day long. Even getting water depends on the mood of the prison guards. They do not even provide toilet paper in the restroom. With treatment like this, even the strongest skills are completely useless here. Facing the reporter's camera, these 4 rookie inmates are smiling and joking around. You can tell at a glance they have not experienced the prison's brutal beatings. But there is no need to worry. Time in solitary confinement is the best torture device. In less than a month, they will all turn into obedient little pets. La Mesa prison is divided into 6 different blocks. Block 6 is known as the land of absolute darkness, because inside it holds all of Mexico's most notorious cartel bosses. 43-year-old Talimpu is one of them. He led a cartel and murdered 6 police officers, and brutally hung their bodies from a bridge as a display of power. When he was finally arrested, the police found a total of 5 machine guns, hundreds of bullets, and 6 crates of drugs. Facing this kind of evil criminal, the prison guards naturally give him special attention. For example, giving him a good beating every now and then, or directly shoving his head underwater. For the first few months, Talimpu was still full of fiery passion, thinking he could stage a comeback and rule the underworld once again. But after all these years, his arrogance has gradually faded away. Whenever the dead of night arrives, he always misses his wife and children, and his 4 girlfriends, if nothing unexpected happens. By the time he gets out, his wife will have remarried long ago, his children will have someone else's last name, and even his 4 girlfriends will no longer recognize him. What is even more desperate is the rumor Talimpu heard that his son recently committed a crime too. If he gets lucky, in the near future, the father and son might be able to reunite right here in this prison. In order to prevent inmates from hoarding contraband, surprise inspections are a key focus for the prison guards. Inmates will be uniformly handcuffed and escorted out of their cells. Then the prison guards will start tearing the place apart. From the mattresses and pillows to shoes and books, everything must be carefully screened. Even suspicious spots on the wall must be smashed open with a hammer to check repeatedly. After a massive and disruptive search, the prison guards found a heating rod and a small knife modified from a toothbrush. The discovery of this contraband means that everyone in this cell will suffer the punishment of collective guilt. Finally, the question is, if you were locked away in this prison, how many days could you survive inside? Please leave your answers down in the comment section. Alright then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, follow, and comment. We will take you to see a much bigger world. We'll see you next time. Bye.